Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. Couple looks there at the old meth camp. I think sometimes y'all don't believe me. Well, there you go. There's living proof. 22 veterans a day in this country commit suicide. It's a number that I swear it never gets cliched. It just kind of makes me sick every time I say it. Vets, we love you. God bless you. You fought for us. Let us fight for you. You have a place here. Now, you got to look over there. There's a little blue tent back there. Now, we back to blue here. Scab, how do you do that? Well, we don't break the damn law. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And finally, if you're an addict, never quit quitting. Now, today, we're doing the Tops Tahoma field knife. I've done one on these, and I told y'all some of my videos that I started out doing with the cut and I just wasn't happy with. And I love this knife. And it was one of the ones I wasn't happy with, so we're going to redo it. Here it is on some palmettos. Now, I watched a video with Leo not long ago, and he said that the vast majority of Tops knives, they do to a 25-degree angle, which plays right into my hand because all of my fixed blades, my bigger ones, I do to 25-degree angles, and it works out really well. Let me give y'all some specs on this real quick. The overall length is 13.94 inches. Blade length is 7 3/4. Cutting edge is like 7 1/4, a little better. Secondary edge, which mine is sharpened, the swedge is sharpened, is 2 3/4 inches. The blade thickness is 0.190. It is a spear point. This is a 1095. Now, the Rockwell hardness on this one is 56 to 58. The handles are tan micarta. And let me say this is my favorite handle. I love that pistol grip. That is 100% personal preference. My hands are just so dang beat up, and I think my hands are a lot like Carl Ruger. Carl he and I talk here and there, and I think we've had similar backgrounds. He's done a lot of boxing. I don't know. I'd love to see his take on handles. Mine, I prefer that pistol grip. My hands are just beat to hell and back. Now, I'm always pretty positive about a knife, and I love this knife. But let me tell you this, and let me say this quite honestly: the sheath sucks. Matter of fact, the sheath I'm using is not the sheath it came with, and I'm going to have a Kydex sheath made probably very, very soon, because this knife is just freaking fantastic. I love it. I really do. And I'll show you several different, y'all know I'm going to show you 500 times what the damn thing looks like. Now, this was designed by a young man named Andy Tran. Andy is a photographer. And when I say photographer, let me quantify that. He, like National Geographic and all that stuff, man, he's, dude's worldwide. So, he came up with this knife, and let me make sure I'm getting his name right, because I will screw it right up, and then everybody, that's not his name, Scab. Like y'all know the guy or something, but neither here nor there. Let me find him. Okay, I know his first name's Andy, and I'm looking right here on the website. I don't know why you wouldn't put the man's second name on there. Well, shit, I can't find it. It's all right. I think it's Andy Tran. I love his design. Now, there's a couple parts to this knife that I gotta tell you. Andy Tran's his name. That I don't really get. There's a couple notches on the top. One is to pick up pots. One is to cut wire with. They put a bow divot in the handle. And the glass, now I will say this, one thing that I did read a direct quote from Andy was his glass breaker is designed, it's kind of like a flathead screwdriver, and I think that was to do like with his camera equipment, tripod, that kind of thing. So there are some neat things about this knife. There are some like I said, I don't get. I'm not going to pick up a pot with a notch in the knife. Of course, you can. I mean, if that's kind of your thing, but also I don't camp. So there you go. Now, I did mention, and y'all see some of the tasks I'm doing here, I wanted to show y'all because this is made for different environments. Y'all know I like cutting up palmettos. I try to get into places they're either going to clear out or we're doing line of sight or we're doing work. That way we're not just out there cutting up stuff, because Lord God knows that'd be people just fall out everywhere with a heart attack. And I cut these old Florida vines. If you want to see how sharp your knife is or how tough it is, bring it down here, son. Now, with it being 1095, y'all know we got to keep it oiled up and all that. But here's the deal. If you maintain your knife, you'll be fine. And you say, Scab, that goes without saying. Yep, it does. But down in Florida where it's high humidity, you just got to keep it, because somebody will watch about a quarter of this video. Oh, that guy, what he's talking about, Florida's high humidity. No shit, I live here. So you want to keep it oiled up, keep it ready to go. There you go, throwing a stick. Big maneuver there by old Scab. Now, the Donnie B all day drop test, you got to have this test. And I'm not saying it's smart. This is one of my favorite things to do. It really is. Eventually, now I like using the old stump in church, and if the neighbors are asleep, I like using their stump, but I don't want to scare them to death. You know what I'm saying? They're about 120 years old. Nice people, but me out there throwing a knife into their stump probably wouldn't be the best thing. Here's a couple Donnie B all day stab test. Now, this is a big knife. It really is, and I like big knives. I'm blessed to work for a company where you can carry them. I'm blessed to, do all that, and I enjoy carrying this one. This is not that heavy. It's really not. Now, coming to the batoning, I wanted to do a little bit of this. You just got to know where you're hitting the knife, okay? If you hit it on that secondary swedge, it's going to screw your baton all up. And again, I know that goes without saying. This is a spear point. This is a multifunctional knife. Now, I do rotate it in with the preacher a good bit because I love the handle so much, and I just love the knife. It's tough, it's durable. It really, really is. It's held up. I've probably had it over a year now, and it just bangs away. Here we're going to shave up some wire. I use both edges to do that. Now, I like the swedge being sharpened for better penetration, for stabbing, that kind of thing. That's just personal preference. If you are an outdoor guy, a camper, a hunter, or something like that, you have to answer that question. I see a lot of guys don't get it sharpened, and I don't blame you there, unless you're, because if you're not careful, here's the thing, you'll cut the shit out of yourself. And I know that from experience. Here I am stripping some wire with the back end there. Now, again, with bigger blades, and I strip wire every single day of my life. I use my pocket knives, mostly my Emersons, but it is good to know that these knives can do that, and it is a handy knife. Overall thoughts on the knife: I love the handle, I love the micarta, I love the pistol grip, I love the size of the knife, and you can see here some of the sharpness of the knife. I love the spear point on the knife. The downside to me, the coating come off pretty quick. Again, that's just a matter of being vigilant and maintaining your knife. And the sheath absolutely is, to assign it a 1 out of 10, it's a 0. I hate saying that because I love tops with all my heart. And, I'm sure you can get accustomed. We've got the Tactical Designs by Dory coming up very, very soon. I know I've been talking about it for months, but anybody that's ever started a business knows what goes into that. I never have, so I'm learning. I should have not said nothing about it, but old Scabber's got to say it. Well, guys, listen, I love you. God bless you. I hope this test is better than the other one. I'm probably going to take the other video down because basically it's just me running in and out of a tree. So I hope this one, you like it. Well, I love you guys. Hey, I'm Scab, you're not, and I'm gone.